Hi, welcome back to Anxiety Art Adventures. Today I am just going to do a quick stream showing my new color books that I promised myself I would not get from Barnes & Noble while my husband and I were out this past weekend. Just going to flip through them real quick, although there's one book that I'm going to spend more time on than the other ones because it's an amazing book. So the first book, coloring book I picked up was World of Warcraft, which is a video game. And it's a coloring book based on the video game. I'm going to try and zoom this in a little bit, guys. Just so you can probably see it a little bit better. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one, but because a lot of people aren't going to get it. But it's basically just you can color in the characters of the book. The characters from the game World of Warcraft, and it's got some pages that are very detailed, and it's got some pages that are, Nina, Lynn, I did not buy this for you, Lynn. Those of you watching on YouTube, as I always say, this is a live stream with a live chat, so I'm talking to people in chat too. So hey Dorothy, just going over some of my new color books that I got. So, and Jess has done a stream on this book before too, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one. This one's not for everybody, but it is for me, and it'll be fun to color in. And I like how it's got some really nice images, color images in the front of the book. So, yeah. Anyway, so that is the World of Warcraft coloring book. And if anybody wants me to go flip through it, I'll do that on a different day. I'll spend more time on it. But yeah. Oh, Dorothy just got back from Arizona. I used to live in Arizona, Dorothy. I used to live in Ahwatukee, Arizona, which is right outside of Phoenix. All right, Jess, you ready for the second book? My husband found this book. This is a Creative Haven book, which usually I'm not a fan of Creative Haven. I don't feel like, I like, what's the word I'm looking for? I like, better artistic images, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Creative Haven to me seems more geared towards beginners, which is fine. But I'm a little bit further than a beginner on coloring, so I usually like to get some more detailed stuff. So anyway, this book is really cool. My husband picked this one up, and he said this would be a good one for you to start testing out how to color people. A lot of you guys don't know this. I have a huge aversion to coloring in people, like the shades of their skin tone and their facial features and all that kind of stuff. I'm just very, I don't know. I need to get over it. So I'm going to get over it with this book, hopefully. So this is just called Winged Fantasy Designs from Creative Haven. And they're perforated pages. And the paper is, it's not really thick, but it's not horrible. It's not copy paper, so yeah. It's got some really neat image. They are one-sided, which is good. So like here's a person, whatever she is, a fairy, angel, whatever she is. Anyway, so I can test out some stuff on her skin, and if it doesn't work, this book was $6, so not too concerned. There's another fairy that she's also got like taloned feet, so she's like a bird fairy, I guess. But anyway, she's got a face that I could practice on, It's just some winged creatures. There's a deer with wings in a forest. That one might be pretty cool. I'm just going to flip through this quick, guys, because a lot of people don't like this kind of thing. I thought this was a pretty picture though. Again, another person that I can practice on. Here's another person. She's flying. Probably need to zoom that even more. Are you guys having a hard time seeing it probably? Is that probably better? Okay. So yeah, there's another person, winged person. This is a little fairy riding a bee. I thought that was kind of cool. Harpy. That's the word I was looking for. Harpy. Right. Harpy. And there's a, I guess it's like a griffin type animal. But yeah, it's great. These pages are perforated, so if I don't like it, I rip it out and throw it away. So there you go. $6. This is a nest of little dragons, little baby dragons. There's another little fairy, which that's kind of a nice picture. It's a mushroom, and then you've got tree and foliage around it. So dragons flying through the air. This is a great picture. It's a fairy sitting next to a ladybug on a leaf. So this one will be good to practice skin tone, unless I color her green, which I might color her green. That's a good idea, Carol Renee, to cut. One of the girls in chat is saying these books are good where you can cut the images out and use them in journal pages. That is actually a good idea. I might do that with this one. There's a dragon sitting on top of a cliff. This one's cute. It's a fairy sitting in the midst of flowers and, greenery. So anyway, my husband saw it and he's big into fantasy stuff. So he was like, yeah, get this, try it. The fact that he was supporting me in my horrible habit of getting too many coloring books, I was like, okay, sure. So there's another griffin with a lion tail. A liger. No, that's not a liger. Anyway. Yeah, Jess, I haven't looked at their steampunk books. I need to look at those. And some of these images are not good, but they'll be good for me to practice on. So, yep. So just wanted to go through this quickly. That's a cute picture. Just of a girl on a Pegasus. But my other problem is most Pegasus horses are white. So how are you going to color that? I guess you're going to have to use like a cream color. So, yeah. All right, there's another Pegasus one. I guess you could do a black one. Black Pegasus. So, yeah. So, and this is a good one too. I'm definitely going to color that one. It's a Pegasus in water with the forest behind it. Definitely like that one. And this is also going to be a good book because it's one-sided. It's going to be a good book for me to try out markers with because I don't usually use markers. I have a lot of markers I need to try. So just dragon. And then the lion with wings. So yeah. All right. And then, yep. Oh, I thought we were done. Sorry. Another griffin. Another griffin. And I know you can't see this, but there's a little guy down here with a sword and a shield trying to fight him off. Yeah, good luck with that, sir. And then the lion. So, anyway, $6. Winged Fantasy Designs by Creative Haven. It's like I can try stuff out with that. So, yeah. All right, book number 3. I got The Romantic Country, the second tale. I have not even started on the first tale. As you guys know, this is made by, is it Erie? Is her name? She's the one that does everything with toothpicks and ink. I don't even know if you guys want me to flip through this one, because honestly, I haven't even gone through the first one yet. I wanted to review the first one and the second one, so I probably won't go through this one. But if anybody has this, let me know. But yeah, this is the second book in the series, and it was on sale at Barnes & Noble, so I was like, well, might as well get it. Hey, Chrissy. So much unfairness. Listen to you. Anyway, okay. Now, Janet, are you there, Janet? Is Janet ready for this awesomeness? I saw this book, and I want you to know I sat in Barnes & Noble for 20 minutes on the floor, cross-legged, going through this book. Just amazed at these images. So, and I thought of Janet because it is a Zen doodle, Fairies in Dreamland. And there are all kinds of Zen doodle type things in the images, and it's just awesome. It's a very thick book. I've never seen it before. Maybe you guys have. Tell me if you have. But I saw this and immediately thought of Janet once you see the inside. So, Janet, for those of you watching on YouTube, Janet, who is Monkey Island Madness on YouTube, so go check her out. She is awesome at doing Zentangles. Is that what they're called, Janet? Is that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. Anyway, I know I've shown this to you guys before, but just so you'll get an understanding, Janet drew this for me, or drew it and then sent it to me, and I still have it, obviously. So, this is what Janet does, which is amazing to me. It's just incredible that you can spend that much time and have that much detail. It's amazing. So anyway, I saw this book, and I am going to go through this book page by page. So any of you on the stream that don't like fairies, you can, whatever. All right, let me zoom out a little bit so you can get the whole book. Okay. I got so excited when I saw this book, though. All right, so this is by Denise Klette, Klette. So it's called Fairies in Dreamland. Very, very thick paper. It's published by St. Martin's Griffin in New York. And it's got this page belongs to, it's very small and very detailed. So I might have to zoom in so you guys can see it. Oh, Siri, go away. Yeah, I might have to. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'll just have to move it around so you can see it. That might be a little bit better. Okay, so this is the first page, and you've got a little teeny fairy sitting here amongst all the flowers. Very cool. And then you've got, it's going to be hard to see. I need to zoom in more, don't I, guys? Because the fairy's right here sleeping. Let me see. Zoom it a little bit more. Yeah, let's go with that. And I'll just move it around so you can see the... So anyway, she's sleeping on something, but look at all of the designs, like Zentangles, within what she's sleeping on. Isn't that neat? I, of course, will not be able to color this, but I had to get it. Same thing here. There's a fairy. She's sitting on a bunch of, it looks like blankets that have the Zentangle design in them. It's a Jean fairy. Listen to you guys. So, and look at the cute little bunny rabbit sitting here next to her with its head on a pillow. Hey, Vicky. And then it's got all the flowers above them. Very detailed. Very, very detailed. And then look at this. She's in a hammock between two, you can't see between their flowers up there, but she's in a hammock between the two flowers sleeping. A lot of the fairies in this book are sleeping. So, yeah, I immediately thought of you, Janet. It was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this just so I can show it to Janet. So, here's another one sleeping, and there are all these designs. I guess they're Zentangle type designs. And then you've got birds on swings sleeping as well, on like little rope vine swings. And you've got all the flowers above it. Very neat. And these are one-sided, which is great. So you can use markers because you're going to need really small detail. Okay, there's the fairy at the top. And she's sitting on a bunch of pillows that are designed. And then you've got the birds, or a bird underneath her. It's very cool, but it is very, very detailed. And I'm a huge fan of anything fairies, so yeah, anything fairy. So yeah. The book is Zen Doodle Coloring is the, I guess, anyway, Zen Doodle Coloring, and it's called Fairies in Dreamland. I don't know if Jess can find it on Amazon. I got this, I can't even tell you how much this was at Barnes & Noble. Let me see. Where does it say on the back? Yeah, it was $15.99. It's very thick. Very, very thick. So. Ooh, go Lynn. You can get the WoW book. I mean, look at that. Isn't that awesome? You see the fairy up here, and it's got her wings with the design in them, and then the flower petals, and then the design in the actual stem. I know I keep moving it, I'm sorry, but it's so little, you're not going to be able to see all of it. There it is. How much is it on Amazon? $10.99. Okay. So that's better than Barnes & Noble for $15.99, but yeah. And like I said, really thick paper, which is good. And one-sided. All right, can you see that? She's sitting. Can you see all the designs and what she's sitting in? Like I thought of this, Janet, and I was like, Janet needs to just create her own coloring book. Because if this is all Zentangle stuff, Janet can do this. So, oh, I'm sorry, Lynn. I'm sorry Ustream's being a pain in the patootie. But yeah, it's just a lot of detail, a lot of awesomeness. There's a bird down here, right here, sitting on a branch. So yeah, this one's very whimsical. She's sitting on one of the flowers. But like, you guys have no idea how you see my finger, okay? I mean, look at how teeny this is. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get into those little, she's wearing like a little skirt of leaves. You guys can't see that. But she's wearing like a little skirt of leaves. How in the world do you color that? I mean, it's just, look at all the detail. And look at the detail in the wings. Oh my goodness. It's great. Oh wow. Jess. This one's cute. She's sitting there in her little Vogue position with a bunch of ring of flowers around her. And this one, I don't know if you guys can see her, but she's sleeping. There's a bird sleeping next to her right there. That's his beak. So yeah, it's an awesome book. It's awesome. And then look at the little piglet. They're two fairies putting a blanket over the little pig. Isn't that cute? And don't get, guys, I really don't like girly type coloring books. I like more of the, like the Kirby Roseannes. And oh, by the way, someone on YouTube told me that I was pronouncing Kirby's last name wrong. That instead of it being Roseanne's, it's Rosannes, because he's from the Philippines. I don't know if that's true, but yeah. Anyway, I don't normally like these kind of books, but this was too cute to pass up. And then look at all the detail of what the pig is sleeping on. Hi, Judy. I know. Isn't that adorable? I thought about getting a copy and sending it to, to Janet, obviously, but I thought about also sending a copy to Dee Dee. But I don't know if Dee Dee would actually color in stuff like this because it's so teeny tiny. So, all right, this one, the fairy is here, sleeping on her thing, and then you've got birds above her sleeping. Yeah, I know, Jess. I got a comment on YouTube saying that I was saying it wrong. It is a little girly for me, yes, it is. Yeah. So there's the fairy. That's the top part, if you guys can see that. There is a bird she's petting right there. And it's just so whimsical, the creatures in here and the fairies. And then that's the bottom part. The log that she's standing, or flowers and a log. But all that detail, all of this up here. Now, Janet, are these really Zentangle designs in these pages? All right, there are a bunch of flowers. And then there's the fairy sleeping down here at the bottom. Until Kirby tells you otherwise. I hear you. I hear you. This one would be cool. Okay, so here's the fairy. She's sitting on her pile of Zentangle blankets. They're always on the same type of pile of blankets. But then this is in a pond. So all of this around her is water with flowers coming out of the pond. So I thought that was pretty cool. And a lot of this you can see little stars behind the fairies. So I think obviously a lot of these are supposed to be at nighttime. So you could do a really dark background, black background. I mean, how cute is that? She's like sleeping on mushrooms. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, let me go sip of water. Ooh, sorry about that. So yeah. Not necessarily, but same concept, kind of. Okay. Well, I saw the Zen Doodle and I was like, oh, very nice. So here's another fairy sleeping with her canopy of something strung up between the flowers. And then, of course, the birds sitting up top. The birds are awesome. I don't know if you guys can see the birds, but look at that. Look at their little plumage. And you've got the little grumpy bird right there on the left. And then that one. Aren't they cute? Little birds. All right, and this one's just cray detailed. There's a fairy here, sitting here reading. There's a fairy sleeping right here. And then there's a bird right here. And then there's just all this detail around them. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. There's another fairy down here in the bottom right, sleeping. So I wish Janet would create a coloring book. I'd buy it. And here's another look, I mean, look at the bird. The birds kill me. They're almost to me Disney-ish. Like they've got that kind of character to them. And see, look, there's a Zentangle type design right there, the checkerboard. And then there's the fairy sleeping. You've got more checkerboard design behind her. It's just awesome. It's awesome. Okay, then there's a fairy sitting on top of a mushroom. That's the fairy. And that's the mushroom, and then you've got flowers underneath the mushroom. Yeah, right? If Janet made a coloring book, I'd buy it. So, alright, tell me this isn't cute. You're going to have to look up close, but that's a bunny rabbit sleeping upside down. It's got his, like, face turned upside down. So, I don't see... Oh, there's a fairy sitting right next to him. Okay. That took me a minute. But there is a fairy sitting there. So... Look, there's another piggy sleeping on his blankets. Isn't that cute with the little flowers? So adorable. I mean, so much detail. I don't see the fairy in this one though. I'm looking. Yeah, I don't think there's a fairy in this one, guys. Just the piggy. Yeah, interesting. And here's another sleeping fairy. I know, the piggies are great. The piggies are great. Alright, so this one's pretty cray-cray. Fairy sleeping here. And then just all kinds of like, that's water coming down into, it looks like pea pods, and then the water's coming down again, and you've got another bird up here, just all kinds of flowers and mushrooms and stuff. So this one's cute. I'm not real sure what kind of flower that is that she's sitting on. But look at the little birds. Can you see the little birds sitting next to her? Aren't they cute? They're so little. I was like a little child sitting on the floor in Barnes & Noble looking at this stuff. It was great. My husband was like, what is wrong with you? Like, oh, it's so adorable. Yeah, there are a lot of sleeping fairies in this book. There are. Look at the birds on either side of her. On a bouquet of flowers. This one's not asleep. She's actually standing up. I don't know if you can see that. She's standing up and she's got birds on her arms and on her head and on her wings. And she's standing on a branch. You got another chunky little bird over there. It's just very, very cool. But I like how the fairies are very, like the way their legs are and their feet. They're curly, very elf-like. I think it's very neat. Very neat. You need this book, Judy? Yeah, I did too, obviously, even though I've got a whole shelf over here that I haven't colored in yet. This one's fun because she's sitting on top of a bunch of books. But look at all the designs at the bottom. You've got circles, checkerboard, like a triangle pattern. It's just all kinds of designs. Another sleeping fairy on top of another bouquet of flowers. But she's sleeping with her foot up. Jess enables. Yes, Jess has put the link to the fairy book in there. So. No, Jess, you don't have a coloring problem. You have a coloring book addiction. That's what we all have. So. There she is sleeping in her tulips. That's what it looks like to me. Tulips. You have 7 and 1 on the way. Woohoo! Way to go, Lynn. You multiply that by probably, I don't know. Close to 10? Yeah. Anyway. This one is very interesting. It's got a lot of blank space on the page. And it's just her sitting on top of a bouquet. So I was thinking this might be one that I start with. Because I can do the background and there's not a whole lot I can mess up on this one. Isn't this cute? Okay, you see all the vines hanging down. And then she's swinging from the vines. So yeah. Thought that was cute. Here's, you got the pig again. The pig's awake, but she's still asleep over there to the right. And they're on really big, they almost remind me of like curtains in a way, these big drapey flowers. So yeah, I thought that was a cute image. You dreamed that Laura told me you can't handle the polychromos yet, little girl. Are you serious? You dreamed I told you that? I would never tell you that, Lynn. I would never tell you that. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, there's another sleeping fairy. I mean, after a while, it gets to be a little repetitive, yes, but I still like looking at all of the designs. So, this one's cute. She's got her tongue out. Can you guys see that? She's sticking her tongue out while she sleeps. Isn't that cute? Oh, guys. I hear all kinds of bumping going on in the next room. It's making me a little anxious. And here's the fairy down here asleep. So yeah, hey Brenda. Another little fairy. They're all fairies. I don't know why I keep saying another fairy. And she's reading a book that says fairy tales. This is cute. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's got her hands. A rabbit's put its face in her hands. Isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. And she's awake, obviously, and there's all kind of detail around her. Yes. What are you trying to say, Jeffs? Are you telling me I need to flip faster? Just trying to go through the pages so you can see what's in here. I mean, look at this page. Whoa. Nothing but birds all across the page. Birds and flowers and stuff. Another sleeping fairy. This one's not asleep. She's holding a bird in her. She's holding a bird in her hand, which is, it's small. You can't really see it that well. That's a little baby bird. I know, right? That's why I was like, yeah, it's probably worth 15 bucks, whatever. $15.99. There's another pig one. The pigs are adorable. I especially like the fact that the pig's ears are about as big as he is, or she. There's another little pig. Just adorable. There's another one reading a book. I mean, look at the hair. Look at, they're like little, I know you guys probably can't see that, but they're like little squiggles. That's the hair. And then her little skirt are leaves. It's just so neat. So neat. Yep. So yeah, these are just birds. I don't see the fairy in this one, yeah. It's just a big bird with little birds next to her. Another sleeping fairy. Oriental lilies. Which ones were the oriental lilies? I'm not familiar with that flower. I'll have to look that up. There's another one. But like this made me think of Janet. Can you guys see this? The dark black design? Right here. I mean, gosh, it's so little. It's so teeny tiny. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can sit there and do that. And I like how you've got the black. They do a lot of black in the pages, which I like that. Stargazers. Okay. Yeah. I know stargazers. Sleeping on her bed. So yeah. Wow, that one's a lot of detail right there. There's the fairy here, here, down here. So yeah, there are 4 fairies on that page. How cute is that? Look at her, she's got a little butt sticking out. Isn't that cute? And then she's got a branch underneath her. Okay, I didn't know the stargazers were called oriental lilies as well. Learn something new. Yeah, lots of detail. She is reading a very large book. And that is the last page. She's just on a branch. So yeah. So anyway, that is the, trying to see, yeah, Denise Klett. It's DenyseKlette. She's a Canadian artist. It says her sense of humor and whimsical style is celebrated throughout this delightful coloring book. Her creations have been acclaimed in galleries internationally, reside in luxury hotel and resort collections, and have been used for licensed merchandise. That was the first time I had heard of her. So I might have to see if she has anything else out there. So yeah. Yeah. All right, Janet. I'm glad you stayed for that. You don't have to stay anymore if you don't want to. I just wanted you to stay so you could see this book. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this recording because I just wanted to show you guys the new books that I got from Barnes & Noble, and I'll just do a flip through of the actual books for those of you that came in later. I got World of Warcraft, an adult coloring book. This is based on a video game. Great game, great book. This is a Creative Haven, Winged Fantasy Designs. These are perforated pages, and this book was only $6. So it's got some cool images in that. Then I got the second Romantic Country book. I have the first one, haven't started it. These are a little too girly for me, but I was enthralled by the fact that the author does all of these with a toothpick and ink. So I'm weird. So I got them. I don't know if I'll color in them, but I have them. So now I have both of them. And this one was on sale at Barnes & Noble. That was another reason why I got it. And then the Fairies in Dreamland. So, yes. So I'm going to stop this recording. So thanks those of you on YouTube for watching. And let me know, those of you on YouTube, if any of you guys have these books, especially the Fairies in Dreamland, if you've heard of it. And let me know what your thoughts are. And you can put them in the comments below. I will see you guys again really soon.